Good morning, students. How are you today? It's great to be with you again. Last week, Friday, I wasn't around here to put you through the way I used to do because I've got some emergencies to deal with. Alright, I hope you had fun on Friday. Okay, today I will quickly go over to the exercise that I asked you to do on Friday. Then from there, we can take it to the next level. So let's go take a look. So as you can see, I don't know, but this seems to be quite small. But with that said though, the topic here, articles A or N. I'm going to a concert tomorrow. I'm going to an concert tomorrow. Don't forget your A and N are called what? Articles. They both mean the same, but we use them depending on the letter or the sound of the word we're using them with. Okay? For example, if it is a word that's it's a consonant, then we start it with A. But if it is a vowel sound, then we start it with An. I'm going to a concert because C is a consonant. I've explained about consonant and vowel so many times. But one more time, your vowels, you have 26 alphabets. And out of the 26 alphabet, you've got 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Then the rest of the alphabet are called consonants, except for the 5 vowels. Okay? So you know C is a consonant, so that's why we use word A. My boyfriend is an actor because A is a vowel, so that's why we use N. So number 2 is what? 2. 3. Her cousin has a very good job because V is a consonant. That's why we use A. That was an interesting game because I is a vowel. That is why we use what? N. She is an honest person. We use an because honest has the sound of a vowel, even though it starts with an H, which is what? A consonant. But because the sound of honest, the sound of O, which is a vowel sound, that is why we use what? An honest person. We had a really good time yesterday. We use it because R is a what? Consonant. We use a really good time yesterday. This one says, bring an umbrella. It is going to rain. So we use N because umbrella, U is what? A vowel. Tomorrow will be a hot day. We use A because H is what? A consonant. Just like H is a consonant. Where is that? Just as H is a consonant, number 5. But because the sound of honest, the H is silent. But here you see the H is not silent. Hot. So we use A. Hot day. Number 9. Mary is a good friend. G is a consonant. That's why we use what? A. I want to eat an apple. We use what? N because apple, A is a vowel. Yes, with that said, I also ask you to copy this note, singular and plural. We talk about singular and plural when we talk about our nouns. Nouns are names of people, things, animal, or places. Okay? So here we have singular, here we call person. That means one person. But when there are many, we call it what? Plural. We now use what? People. When there are more than one. Baby, you see here, I used red to highlight the letter that comes before the Y. Then here, if you have letter that comes before the Y is a consonant, then what do? We remove the Y and put I, then we add ES. Okay, here I've got the CD, just so a noun, but here the T before the Y. What do? We remove the Y and add what? I, then we put what? ES to form the what? Plural. Here we've got country. So what do? We have to remove the R because R is a consonant. And do what? Replace it with I, then we add ES. Animal, animals. Normally for all the singular and plural. How do we make our plural? By simply adding S. But some of them are irregular. They come in different forms and order. So these are the tips to help you to know how to make plural of your nouns. Okay? Here we've got hotel, hotels. We've got ant, ants. By just simply adding S, but we have some exceptions, like when a word ends with a Y. But when it ends with a, for example, when it ends with a vowel before the Y, what do? We simply add S at the back of it. Okay? We simply add what? S at the back of it. Okay, I think that's going to be all about it. We'll talk more on singular and plural when we come and join me at the Zoom meeting. Alright. Yes, I haven't forgotten our body parts where you have to spell nose, eye, shoulder, elbow, ear, arm, head, mouth, finger, hand, nail, toe, leg. This one I have to ask you every now and then because I want to be sure you guys are good with your spellings, especially spelling of your body parts. Okay? So I'm going to check through all your exercise and then we'll take it from there. Today again, I'll be walking you through our pronouns. Okay? So here you see, you know our pronouns I, you, we, they, he, she, it. The subject pronouns and the object pronouns. So here we are. Number one, we have a blank telephone yesterday. Is it she telephoned yesterday or her telephoned yesterday? As you can see, even from the sound, you see that this sounds better because this is our subject pronoun. She telephoned yesterday. Number two, we watched him for hours. We watched him for hours. You cannot say we watch he. We watched him for hours. Okay? So we use the object pronoun. So number three, hasn't she arrived yet? Haven't she arrived yet? You cannot say haven't her arrived yet. So haven't her wouldn't sound okay. It's got to be hasn't she arrived yet? Okay? So number four, you've got I don't understand, because this is what our subject pronoun will have to start with. I don't understand. It cannot be me don't understand. No. The me always comes at the end of a sentence. Are you talking to me? Or you see? There we go. Are you talking to me? So because see, me always comes at the end of the sentence, so that when we use it. But I comes at the beginning of a sentence. Don't ask her. She doesn't know. So the first one is going to be her because she doesn't know. This is Julia. We have known her for years. We have known her for years. We have not known she. No. Nobody told them the birth was living. Nobody told them the birth was living. Why didn't she ask them to come? See, them, that's what comes here. Not they. Ask they to come. Ask them to come. Number 10, don't ask me. Ask him. Don't ask me instead of I. You cannot say don't ask I. It doesn't fit. Ask him, and not ask he. No. Ask him. Number 11, I think he doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. So you have three options here, and I'm supposed to fill them into this blank. So I can't change all these ones, but I'm going to ask you, okay, this is what they say. They asked him to invite us, not to invite we. See, this we change it what to us. And this one is the same because that's the subject pronoun. They asked him, not he, to invite us. I'm going to give you from number 1 to number 5 to do, just to test if you really understand what I've explained to you. But don't forget, you remember here we've got your subject pronoun, object pronoun, and subject pronoun. I, you, he, she, it. Me, you, him, her, it. Okay? And we continue. There are more than this. You have what? They, them. Which one again? But just to refresh your mind, look at what we are. We're talking about personal, subject pronouns, and object pronouns. Okay? Continent. Okay, this is not for you, but this is also singular and plural. Talk about continent. When you see the globe, when you see different patches, those are called what? Continent. In each continent, you have so many countries in one continent. Okay, and all the countries in one continent, they speak different languages. See here, language is a singular, is language, languages. Okay, and we have more than one continent. We have about 5 continents. So Africa is a continent. It has so many countries. Asia is a continent. It has so many countries. Europe is a continent. It has so many countries. Okay? And in all these countries, you have so many cities. For example, Phnom Penh, Siem Reap, Bangkok, London, Beijing, Texas. So the next one, we've got country, then we've got animal, all these are nouns, machine, machines, insect, insects. Okay, I think that's going to be enough for today. Yes, I just thought it wise to take you through this, my board work, one more time, since I was telling you about nouns, then subjects and objects. Okay? Subject, I told you, is always the doer of the action. The verb that is taking place in a sentence is the subject that does that. Then the objects are the receiver of the action. Okay? So let's take a look. So here you've got noun, birds fly. What is it that flies? The birds. Birds fly. Subject, this is the verb, is to fly. Okay? So if I don't want to say birds, I will say what? They fly. So this is what our subject pronoun is, they. that they say a noun is used as the subject of a sentence. A noun is used as the object of the verb. So we use the noun as the object of the verb. Okay, let's go take a look. The B section says John is holding a pen. So here you've got what John, which is what the subject is holding. This is the verb. This is the verb be or auxiliary verb. This is holding, which is in the ing form, to hold. Then a pen. So this is what they call it, the object of a pen. So if I don't want to say this, a pen, I'll say John is holding it. You see, this is what the object of the pen. I mean the object of a verb. The object of this verb. What is John holding? He is holding a pen. The C section says birds fly in the sky. So here you have the subject, you have the verb, you have in is the preposition, the sky is the what? Object of preposition. All these jargons should not, you shouldn't be worried about the names and all that. What is important, the point I'm trying to make here is that for every sentence, there are what we call the parts of speech, which explains to us what is this, what is that. And by telling students some of these things, it helps them to understand, for example, what do we have to use a and an? Is to say that something is one, and when do we have to use, if it is more, when we have to use singular and plural. So these are little things that you need to know. And some of them, unfortunately, they've got all these names. Alright, so I have to just use the name, but where I focus is how we use them. Okay? And not really, you don't need to worry about the names. I don't really care about if you know the names or if you don't know the names, but to understand, see, every sentence has a structure. If you look at a sentence, you can be able to say, oh, this one must be the noun. And if I'm not using this noun, I'm going to change it with a pronoun. If you can be able to change all the nouns you see in a sentence into a pronoun and be able to identify which one is the object or the subject pronoun, that shows you are really, coping with what is being taught. Okay, so number C, we've got birds fly in the sky. Here we have birds is what the noun. If you don't want to say birds, you can say they. The fly is the verb because it's something that you do. Then in is a preposition. When we talk about location of things, maybe on the desk, under my table, on the floor, at the airport, okay, in a bus and all that, on the train, on vacation. So you know what we call preposition. We need to talk about the location of something. Fly, where do they fly? In the sky. So John here is object. John is holding a pen in his hand. In is the preposition. Where is the John holding? In his hand. That's the location of the pen. Okay? So just to give you a recap of what nouns and object and subject are all about. Just to refresh your mind. These are words you've got to see or hear every now and then. So it's always good to remind you how they are used and all that. A noun is also used as the object of a preposition. In is a preposition. The noun sky with the article the in front. The object of the preposition. You see, that is also an article. When you don't want to mention something for the second time, you also can use that, just to say what that noun is. I'm going to stop. I don't want this video to be so long. I think it's already about 15 minutes. So let's go take a look, and then I'll advise you further. As if I know it's already 19 minutes. So I think that is enough for today. So you have to be looking forward to an exercise which will be sent to you via your Facebook page. Okay? So you take care of that, and when you come in, when you join me at the Zoom meeting, then we can talk more of this, and then I will lay out down the things that we have to do for this week. It's always good to have you here. And thank you. It's my honor. And thank you once again. See you when you see me. And bye for now.